The only thing that could have been bigger than the Carlton-Melbourne game was if the Blues had been playing the Matildas. What a game! 70,000 at the G, finals-like intensity, and more tackles than a Black Friday sale at Kmart. 173. Welcome back to AFL from LA. I'm your host, Cindy. I'm here on Fairfax Avenue. It was once the home of businesses that catered to the Jewish community, and now it has become the mecca of streetwear. But don't worry, after you get those kicks, you can still go over to Cantor's Deli and get yourself a pastrami on rye. The Hawks are causing more upsets than a dodgy seafood buffet. First the Pies last weekend, and now the Bulldogs. Are the Hawks the best 16th place team ever? Sam, can we get you to come and help rebuild the Eagles next year? And is Jai Newcomb the best midseason pickup ever? I've never seen anyone break so many tackles. Newcomb racked up 40 touches and 10 goal assists and went at 85% efficiency. Last year, he pulled 12 Brownlow votes. This year, I got a feeling he's going to double that. And with him and Will Day in the midfield, I think the Hawks could be eyeing some serious silverware in the next 5 years. But let's talk about the Dogs for a sec. What the hell was Tim English doing taking that final kick in? Are you telling me they don't have a plan for when they're a kick behind with only a minute to play? To me, Bevo is impossible to work out. He won them a flag in 16 and got them to the grand final in 21. But if you ask me what the Dogs' brand is, couldn't tell you. The Dogs have their biggest test of the year coming up. The Eagles at Marvel Stadium. Come on, I'm an Eagles fan. If I can't laugh, I'm gonna cry. Take two. The Dogs have their biggest test of the year coming up, Geelong in Geelong. If they don't get their act together by then, 2023 is going to be another wasted year for a very talented list. And if you're enjoying the show, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps more Aussies get to see the show and helps me make more Aussie friends. If you told me that Jezza was going to kick 7 and Darcy Moore was going to be out in the first quarter, I would have easily put a hundy on the Cats. And if you would have told me that 2 of Jezza's goals were going to come from umpire howlers, I would have shrugged and said, sounds about right. How did those umps not see those? And how did Murphy and Maynard not get cited for dissent? Oh, that's right. Because dissent is dead. The Pies ended their long-suffering 2-game losing streak to all but wrap up the minor premiership for the first time in 12 years. But things were looking shaky in the first. The Pies, who concede on average 28 points per game from stoppages, conceded 32 in the first quarter alone. But led by Josh Dacos, Lipinski, and Adams, the Pies came storming back, booting a blistering 6 in the third and maintaining a pressure rating of 200. All right, who's gonna tell me what the hell that means? Seriously, what does it mean? In plain English, the Pies laid 65 tackles up to three-quarter time. They killed the Cats on transition and forced more errors than your dad trying to use FaceTime. The Cats look cooked to me while the Pies are still the team to beat. And with their last 2 games against the Lions and the Bombers, there's not a chance in hell they're losing first place from here. That's 8 in a row for the Baggers, who have now almost secured a spot in the finals. Cripps and Hewitt, absolutely huge. Paddy Dow, probably his best game ever. And Charlie, with those 2 goals, he's got one hand on the Coleman. The D's fans are screaming about that score review, but one decision does not make a game of footy. And the Blues played well enough to be in front with 40 seconds to go, so what's most impressive about the Blues is that they've now beaten Collingwood, Melbourne, Port, and the Eagles. Fossey's got his boys humming at exactly the right time. And with 2 winnable games coming up, the Prosecco might just be ready to pop on Lygon Street. A quick shout out to Port Adelaide. You guys took a few weeks off from footy domination, but you're back and you certainly reminded everyone why you're a top 4 team. And crosstown rivals Adelaide, you guys almost had the Lions at the Gabba. Talk about South Australian football. West Australian authorities are concerned about a new wave of sadomasochism after 51,000 Eagles fans turned out yet again for another 100-point whipping. It was the Eagles' 5th loss by more than 100 points this season, and their 10th by more than 10 goals. The Minister of Health has confirmed that there is a rehabilitation package in the works works, but warned it could take 3 to 5 years to prove effective. Seriously, Eagles, over an 80-minute period, you conceded 17 unanswered goals, 40 less inside 50s, 30 less contested possessions, and all against a 14th place team at home. Let me break down what that means. 0 efforts. Simo, I backed you in all year. I cut you slack with the injury crisis, and I've acknowledged that the team is in a rebuild. But something stinks in Eagle Land. Please give me and the 50,000 fans who keep showing up at Optus a reason to believe that the players aren't going to turn their toes up again, that they're still playing for you, and that you're still the man for the job. Because right now, it's getting really hard to find one.